For COVID, no more tests.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Pipia,
Here.
Fry,
Present.
Schroller,
Here.
Hughes,
Present.
Feigman,
Present.
Price,
Present.
Aaron's, here, Throm,
Here.
8-0, we have a quorum.
First up is the approval of the minutes. Does anybody have any changes, additions?
Move to approve July 27th minutes as amended, as stated.
Okay. Any other comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
8-0.
All right, 8-0. All right, next up, we have a public comment period. Dean?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to say thank you. I'm a little disappointed. I've worked on this project for 2.5 years. The wall is not coming this year. The earliest it could possibly be here may be the last week in April. We have tried to get it back here either the same week we had it this year or the following week. We would like to have September. And all the work that you've done on it as far as ordinances or parking, I would ask that you please keep those somewhere and table them, and because we'll probably be using them next year. Because the time will come and that wall will be here. So I want to say thank you, and I will see you again some other time.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dean.
Anybody else for 5 minutes public comment? Okay. Next up, we move to our business and discussion items. First up is the gravel dash.
Good evening.
Hello?
Mark Hoffman, Bob Huff. We're with the Gravel Dash. The Gravel Dash has been moved to October 17th. I think we announced that a while back. Just want to reiterate that you guys know that from our original September date. We're also moving to a different location because of the pending construction on 7th and Broadway. Might be done, might not be done, so just don't want to take a chance. So we've worked with the Depot Preservation Group to have the event there in front of the depot. So we presented a map to you guys on what we're looking at as far as street closure. Before I forget, we will not need a police escort this year because we will not be crossing the highway. We're going to start in front of the depot and go north on Hedrick Street over to 7th and on up the rail trail. So we're staying off the busy streets, and the event returns the same way. So everything's going to be north of Highway 36 the entire event, so we're not cross the highway at any point. So that will be kind of a bonus. So what we're looking at is, like I said, most of the event will take place on the east side of the depot on Hedrick Street. So we're looking at closing pretty much most of those 2 blocks. The south end could be north of that gate that Evergy has, so we wouldn't have it closed all the way to Carolina. To the east on Alston, they have a gate that goes into the north lot. We can just close west of that gate. And then the map shows that we requested Calhoun Street closed, and I don't know, maybe we don't need to do that. We could just close at 7th Street, or Hedrick's. Is it Hedrick's or 7th? Is it both? I don't know. The map shows kind of both. It's Hedrick's. Okay.
Hedrick's is
Yeah,
it.
Google's off. Yeah, this shows both on the same street. But anyway, we could possibly just leave Calhoun open, because we're going to be coming around that corner and going up 7th. We could just have somebody there flagging, possibly. I don't know, what do you guys think about that?
There's actually quite a few cars that use that, so
Yeah.
I think you'd be better off just to leave it closed, Mark.
Leave it closed?
Close it.
It was
Yeah.
closed for
Close
so
it.
many years
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Close it, big deal.
There's a lot of people that travel that from far into town and go up that way, so, yeah. I know.
You mean leave it open or
Leave
close?
it closed.
Close
it.
Close it up.
Keep the traffic
Yep, keep it out of there.
Yep.
Because they can't use Carolina like they used to, I guess, basically. All the traffic before was on Carolina.
Actually, if I was you guys, I'd move that barricade clear over by Bruce's.
Yeah, because that's the other thing I want to talk about, the gravel, the big gravel area, which is, I guess is actually 7th Street. We'd like to use that for parking for the event people, and currently there seems to be a lot of semis parked there, like every night or something. Is that
And all
just open
weekend.
for whoever wants to park there, or how does that work?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we'd like to, if we can, reserve that, so if we could, we need to barricade over, like I said, over closer to Bruce's, and then Alston, kind of at the west edge of that, the gravel lot in Alston, and then, do we need to block the alleys? There's 2 alleys that go out into that gravel area. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think either one of them sees a lot of traffic, but if somebody's gonna find their way in there, they're gonna find their way in there regardless.
we do need to use, it is going to be a 2-day event this year. We're going to have a group that's going to take off kind of mid-Friday morning, so I don't know, like I said, if we can try to keep the semis out of there, so maybe we need to block it off Thursday, possibly, or what do you think
Probably a
about
good
it?
We're gonna have to get a hold of them before that, because a lot of them are parked there in front of that and
Yeah.
around that. We don't have any other place for them to go, so it's gonna be tricky. They need to know way ahead.
Do we know who's parking there? I mean, do we have a way to get a hold of them, or is this something where we need to put some big signs up that says,
I think
these dates, this area will be
The
unavailable?
policeman might be able to give us the
There's a
numbers off the
Guggenheim truck
tags.
there, which we could get a hold of them.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a
Otherwise,
regular-
I don't know.
If it's the usual suspects, it'd be easy to get a hold
Right,
of them.
that's what
But
I was gonna say.
if it's just kind of people who come and go irregularly,
It's mostly people who live here
Yeah.
that have
Isn't-
nowhere
isn't
else to
one of
People
them-
come and close. I saw they had a house that they were moving. and they
Right.
parked. So I mean,
Right.
you never know what's, I mean, a lot of people know that's a place to park and they.
Even if you kept them clear to the west side, you know, where we still had
Yeah,
room
Jerry.
to
Well,
do
that's
our
true
work, 'cause
too.
it's wide enough if they would
Right.
just have one line on the west side.
Yeah.
That one blue
We just
truck,
didn't
it's a
wanna-
Landstar, I think.
One of them-
Signage-
isn't one of them-
Signage wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah, we just didn't want to
Cindy,
get a
isn't
bunch
one
of
of them
people
like
parked in
going
there, and then
through?
somebody's trying to get out, and
Yeah.
it's already in there.
Yeah.
So if we can
Yeah.
try to
If we
keep
can keep
them
them
out,
out, it'd be better.
maybe Thursday, so then it's clear
Where are we
Friday.
gonna park them though?
Yeah, there's no
The
problem.
semis?
Yeah.
I don't
what
know.
about?
Well, they were here way before
What
the
about
gravel dash
between,
was, so I mean, that's what I'm meaning.
Between Center and Carolina, you could park 4 trucks easily in there with plenty of room, couldn't you? Right here?
Well,
How many?
there's a lot of people that park there that try to go to Napa that are in big trucks and that, so, and the Pepsi trucks use that, so it's gonna be
Well,
tricky.
I understand that. This is just one weekend a year. I mean, what if it was just the section from the alley between Carolina and Alston? Well, see, they'll want to get through, and we don't want to route them down alleys with those big
No.
trucks.
No.
That would be fun. I don't know.
I like that because they can go all the way down to the other end, turn around and come back.
And if it wasn't for the fact that there's the big section of Chromies over here that's sectioned off, we could just split it in half,
Right.
east-west, but
Right.
we can't
we sold
very
that.
well split that. Do you not think there'll be enough parking on Hedrix and Alston Street and Calhoun and Carolina? I mean, do we really need?
Also, race will go through Hedrick, so you can't really,
Oh, that's
We
right.
got most of that blocked off.
Can they park down at the swimming pool?
Can you put the race on the platform and get it off at Hedrix? Just a thought.
Yeah,
Spitballing.
I think the street side's gonna work better.
Okay.
They already have like four, three to four that park
There'll be
there.
shade in the afternoon. We
Oh,
always
that's
we always deal with trying to get shade in the afternoon when everybody gets back. It is gonna be a month later, so it may not be as warm, but we've always kind of dealt with trying to get enough shade. So I think the east side of the building would be ideal. But, I mean, people can park on 8th, can't they? I mean, there's parking along the
Yeah,
street,
yeah.
along Evergy's fences.
Yep.
area there.
How many
Yep.
trucks are there usually down there on the weekend?
4
4 to 5.
Yeah.
And we generally know who these people are.
Couple of them we know for
It
sure.
seems like we have enough time hopefully here to talk to those people, say, hey, They're
Are we
in
gonna talk
conflict
to
for the
them?
space.
Are they gonna
Somebody,
talk to
somebody.
Yeah, well, I was
Gonna talk
asking.
to them and say, this is the situation, can we work around this? And, I mean, that would be, I think, the best case.
We then need to find a place for these guys to park their trucks
Sure.
in.
What about the South 7th Street where it's undefined road, where it's all gravel lot down there?
I don't care, but
By the
if we take that
Habitat
spot away,
house and that,
we need
there's
to
a big
find a
area
place.
there.
On the,
I mean, is this
South
designated
where
area
we-
that's-
where like the.
Yes.
There's a room for a handful of trucks there if we wanted, and it'd be easy to get in and easy to get out. I mean, not as easy as the highway, but it'd be a backup source.
You're not gonna have bicycles down there?
No,
No.
no, all the bicycles will be north of the highway to stay out of the construction.
Yeah, but I mean, are you gonna have bicycles, because aren't the bicyclers, don't they go down there and use
Well, they might use
those?
the trail, but I doubt they'll be parking on the trail.
Okay.
People may be going to the wagon wheel even
Yeah.
afterwards.
Right.
Everything we're doing is gonna be north of the highway.
Right, I understand that, but you still have bikes all over the place, so.
We can try to get a hold of them. We have a couple.
If we
Does
haven't
Greg
had
Boss
time
still
to
own
do
that
it.
property on
No.
the south side of the alley there?
I don't believe so. I believe that was all sold, was it not?
I think CES bought everything.
CS bought the whole
Oh.
thing, lock, stock, and barrel.
I didn't realize it.
So
Maybe
maybe
we need
we
to
can
talk to CES and see if we can pull them in there for,
Temporary.
Temporary
Rob
for a
might,
week
Rob
or
might be willing to
something.
do that.
because we're gonna have to find a place for them if we're running them out.
At least some time to
I
communicate.
mean, if you know,
Terry?
contact,
Yeah,
that's willing to contact.
It's not impossible maybe to contact the railroad and make it park up here on the railroad property too.
I don't know if,
Go further north.
They'd be
Yeah.
willing to let you do that if you knew you were gonna do
They
it.
are sponsored.
For a short.
are they?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they would let them do, that'd be an easy solution, that's just right
for
there
a-
north of it.
Just for a week.
One weekend.
For a weekend,
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, type of
Sure.
deal, 3 days. One other thing with Evergy's lots, and, we are blocking a few gates, we're leaving them access. Do we need to get a hold of them, or does the city get a hold of them, or
I would recommend
we
getting
can
a hold of them.
contact them? Okay. Just to make sure, get them the map of what we have in mind.
I'd say you guys, it's your project.
Yeah, I don't imagine they'll, be upset about it as long as they know, that kind of thing.
And we're leaving them access.
Sure.
Yeah, we're not completely blocking any of the lots. Anything else?
We are planning on putting in the bandstand, and MCAC is going to have entertainment, well, maybe from 10 o'clock through the evening, and we're working on having a band for the evening on the bandstand. So we'll keep all of our food and everything right there in the same location. It'll really work out a lot nicer for the food stands and stuff than it was before. We'll have a cornhole contest in the afternoon, and we're talking to the National Guard about their blow-ups. Last year we had them supposed to be coming, and they canceled on us the morning of, and they tell us they can't guarantee anything this year with COVID, but they'll try to bring their blow-ups in this year. So we have lots for the residents of Marysville to do that day.
We're not gonna have the kids, the little rustlers.
Little Rustlers bike race, we can't have that because we can't map off streets for them over there, and we can't have them clear over in the park when everything's over here. So we won't be able to do the Little Rustlers this year, unfortunately. But hopefully next year we'll be back to normal.
Yeah, the plan is next year to go back to Broadway, 7th and Broadway is.
All right.
Things are back to normal.
Do we need a
Any
motion
questions
to
for
give
us?
those street closures in or anything?
Good luck.
Yeah,
Yep.
you guys should make a motion.
Got a great
to
motion
close the streets.
Yeah. October could be
It can be it.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, somebody want to make a motion to close these streets as presented?
I move that we close the designated streets according to map for the Black Squirrel gravel dash.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Carry on, that's it.
Okay, next up, we have ordinance number 1892, Uniform Public Offense Ordinance.
Move to approve ordinance 1892, Uniform Public Offense Ordinance.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0. Oh, roll call.
Oh, we have a roll call on that one. Okay, roll call.
Sorry. Pipia,
Here, yes.
Fry,
Yes.
Schroller,
Yes,
Bikeman,
Yes.
Parker, or
Yes.
Price. Cannot. Barron's,
Yes.
Crum,
Yes.
7-0. Go. Now you can move on.
Okay, next up is economic development at, that address, 1208 Alston.
did we get $2,500 for a garage?
No, that was.
Well, it's
for,
up to, so
yeah.
it's whatever. They have to present the bill to see what it's gonna cost to take it down.
So if it costs $1,500,
Then we only get 1,500. If they cost 1,300, they get 13, or 200, they get 200, whatever it costs. Up to 2,500.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just up to.
Move to approve the request for out of the Economic Development Fund for garage removal at 1208 Alston.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
8-0.
Okay. Next up, we have the Hartley Ridge Street redesign approval.
At the planning commission, they approved going from 7-inch to 6-inch in their plan design. 6-inch reinforced, which it says reinforced in their plan, is the minimum from the ULDC. So
Move to approve letting Hartley Ridge go to 6-inch reinforced concrete in their subdivision.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
8-0.
8-0. Next up, we have the library mill levy. Diane, did you want to start the conversation on this, or?
Well, basically, I think we've talked about this before at the budget meeting and stuff, and Jason and I were talking about it the other day, so we just, I did call the league, and that's what this paper is here. And they did say that we cannot include the employee benefits in the 7, or whatever the cap is. So it's only for the budget, the library budget. So the employee benefits cannot be included in whatever the cap is. So, and in 2019, their library mill was 5.849, and in 2020 it was, let's see, what was it? 2019 it was 6.342, and this year it was 6.291. So I think 7 mil maybe we could lower it, because we thought maybe, I don't know, Jason and I threw out maybe a 6 mil maybe, because they're done basically with their remodeling and whatnot, and they still have plenty of room for salaries apparently, because in 2020 with their 6.342 they still had 3.35 mill levy for benefits, so that means they have pretty high salaries if they're having that much for mill levy for benefits. So I don't know what the rest of you think. So
It's something we've discussed a couple times in the workshop in the past, probably not since the newer council members
no,
have been on here.
it's been some time that we've talked about that maybe it didn't need to be quite that high, because I mean apparently they can pay, and their salaries are higher, I think, than what our city employees are, so office employees are. So they set their own salaries. The city doesn't have anything to do with the salaries that
Yeah, we don't have any
that
control over the
employees,
budget.
so we have no control over it. We just have to pay their employee benefits.
What's the top for their mill levy?
7.
7
as of
mil.
Right now, yeah.
7 mil?
Plus the
They go up to
benefits
7.
don't count toward that. That's a
Yeah, and we can't include that. When I called the league, they said that we cannot include their benefits in the cap. So the only thing we can cap is the library budget is the only thing we can cap.
Yep.
So. So every year, it's been right around six or less, or 6, just a little
Yeah.
over 6 for the library. So, anyway,
So what do you suggest? Are you suggesting 6?
well, that's kind of what Jason and I talked about. Not just me, I mean, I'm not the only one.
But it's
Austin put my
something-
name on it,
yeah.
but
And
it wasn't just me.
It's something, I mean, just throw it out there to the council and they could read the charter ordinance as it's written now and kind of just hash out whether you would be open to some changes, not like it where it's at. It's one of those things, if council expressed interest in looking into it, it might be something where maybe you would want to have a committee or even an ad hoc committee possibly meet with the library board and kind of have some discussion. It's not something I would be wanting to change without input from the library.
Yeah, I was gonna
board.
say, I would definitely want to hear from the library board
Yeah.
about what their thoughts
Yep.
and concerns might be before we make any decisions, since they're the ones kind of thrust into command of taking, oversight of this, so I'd like to get their take on it for sure.
And this would apply to next year's budget, not this year's
Right.
budget.
Yeah,
This would
yeah,
be for
we've
next year's budget, so.
It's not anything, needs to happen quickly.
Right.
Because, the budget for next year is already set, so.
And technically, this couldn't happen for this year
Yeah.
because it's a charter ordinance. It takes at least 60 days to get it approved.
Yeah.
So
Right.
this, yeah.
So, anyway, that's the only reason it's been brought up, so.
Something, yeah. And it, like I say, whether council would show interest in it or not, it's a charter ordinance that 2/3 have to vote to approve it. And if I'm correct, I think I even vote on charter ordinance.
you
I'm
do.
pretty sure I do.
Jason, we
Yeah.
can't hear you out here.
Okay. A charter ordinance takes 2/3 of the members to pass, and that's one of the instances where I actually do get a vote on it, I
I
believe.
think so, I have to look for sure.
We haven't passed one since I've been mayor, but, so you'd have to have 6 votes out of 9 to pass it. So, but something that I'd like to kind of have council's opinion on whether they would even like to pursue it. I mean, if there aren't at least 2/3 willing to even look into it, there's not really a lot of need to waste a lot of time pursuing it. So,
Well, I mean, we can't do anything really about it now.
No.
But we could keep it
In mind.
in mind for
For
budget.
future.
Yeah.
For next year.
Yeah.
Why don't you send it to committee now and be done with it?
Just gonna-
Yep, well, that's fine.
This would be an admin and finance committee item, is that correct?
that'd probably be a good one for either that or an ad hoc, whatever you guys want to do. Trying to think who's admin, Terry,
Colleen
Colleen,
And Parker.
and
Parker.
Parker.
so if you guys would want to handle it, or if you'd rather kick it to another group.
We're fine.
Okay,
Fine.
all right. So is that what council wants to do then?
Move we send
Send
it
this
to
to
admin
ad
and
hoc.
finance.
Second.
All right. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, okay. And then we'll reach out to library board and set up a meeting
Once
with them.
these guys kind of have their thoughts together,
All
then
right.
the library board, they all meet from the library board.
Work.
Yep.
Next up, the CDBG administration agreement.
This is the agreement with North Central Regional Planning to administer the CDBG CV grant, which helps us assist businesses and 2 food programs in our community. The the grant administrator position is required by the grant. We are required to pay somebody to do this. So, and they have a set amount that doesn't change from the state. So this is their agreement to do the administering of the CDBG grant.
Move to approve the CDBG grant, administration grant agreement.
Second. Yes, sir.
We're gonna have some discussion on where things.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I wanna do. I wanted to know, I see that administrator deal. Who's the administrator?
North Central Regional Planning.
Who is?
North Central Regional Planning Commission. They are grant administrators.
Okay, we have no, that's just the case that it's, we got this thing going, and then that 15 grand's going to them no matter what.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, from the grant. Yep.
Yeah, from the grant money.
That's interesting. Okay, that's what I wanted to know, because to me it's, why didn't we do it without this?
There's a lot of paperwork and.
If we were to do it ourselves, that money goes out the window. I mean, we would be taking up a ton of our time doing it, and we would get nothing for it. That $15,000 would not come to us.
All right, I just wanted to know, because it looked to me like that was a little blue sky that we were buying.
Yeah, and that's the problem, a lot of times with these grants, a lot of it gets sucked up in administrative, unfortunately.
That was my only discussion.
That's the problem with them CDBG grants. I mean, look how much money up at the fire department they've taken off of it.
Yeah.
All that.
Yep.
Different things that we wouldn't normally do, so.
Yep.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Cato?
Next up, we have the 20-CV-097 grant agreement and funds breakdown.
This is just the agreement with the state to receive the funding. It tells us how to do the grant, what they require from us, and our special conditions. This is their standard agreement with the state.
Move to approve the 20-CV-097 grant agreement with the state.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And just a further note, you can see the breakdown of where the money's going to go. I think I explained this before, but $121,400 goes towards helping local businesses that hire or employ low to moderate income employees. And then $35,000 is going to be split between the food pantry and RSVP's frozen food program. And all they have to do, they submit receipts for pretty much anything that helps them operate, and they get reimbursed. So that's gonna help them quite a bit. Yeah.
One question about that.
Yeah,
then.
there.
There's another administration deal for 15.
That is it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we need to recess the city council meeting.
Move to recess regular council meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, now we call to order the meeting of the PDC.
Pythia,
Yes.
Fry,
Present.
Schroller,
Here,
Hughes,
or yes?
Present.
Bikeman,
Yep.
Price, Barron's,
Here.
Crom,
Here.
Cato. We have four.
Okay. First up, we have the Cooper Malone McLean financial advisor fee for the early payoff of the bonds.
Move to approve the financial advisor early payoff fee of $6,660 to Cooper Malone.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Cato.
Next up, we have the City of Marysville Swimming Pool Sales Tax Fund payoff of the pool bonds.
Move to pay off the pool bonds in the amount of $251,859.15.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
8-0.
Okay, now we need to recess the PBC and call the council meeting back to order.
Move to recess Public Building Commission.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Yeah.
8-0.
Okay. Then we will resume the regular order of business of the council meeting. First up, we have the 2021 budget hearing.
Included is the certificate with all the funds as they were aligned in our previous budget workshops. They include all the changes requested and with the mill levy. Where'd you go? It's not on this one.
It's not on this
I was gonna
But-
say, where is it?
Yeah, it was 67, it was still the same,
It was within .300 of last year, but I don't know.
yeah, .300. Yeah, 67,473, I believe it was. But this is exactly the same, the ad valorem tax that we previously discussed. It is below our tax lid limit, which we've been fortunate to be below since they enforced the tax lid. So, I would see if there's any public comments.
Is there anybody here for public comment about the budget? Nope.
Move.
Yes, sir.
One question.
Yep.
Why don't we have the certificate of this? Why doesn't it show this mill? Why haven't we got that on there?
Because this is the same document, they've never shown the mill on this page.
Shows into
It
this.
never had.
No, and this is a state document, I don't
understand that,
mess
but I
with this
just
one.
wondered why we were gonna vote on something that
Yeah,
we
because
didn't
this,
see.
the mill levy that you've seen, you see all up until November, there's a chance it could change in November, so you're not setting the mill levy here. You're setting how much ad valorem tax we're requesting. When it comes to November, the county
Right, yes.
appraiser's office goes through and goes, okay, our valuation is here, or valuation is here.
Okay, but is any of this subject to change because of that?
This is not. This is,
Okay.
you're requesting this number right
Just the
here.
public, so the public knows that we're setting this the way it is and that it's not gonna get changed.
Yeah,
That's all.
we as a city make the request for this amount of money.
Right.
Okay, any further discussion?
Move to approve the 2021 budget.
Second.
We need a roll call on this
Do,
one.
either,
Should we do a roll call?
It doesn't matter. I can
Let's
roll
do
call
roll
it,
call.
that's fine. Pipia,
Yes.
Fry,
Yes.
Schroller,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
Bikeman,
Yes.
Price,
Yes.
Barron's,
Yes.
Crum.
Yes.
8-0. On my desk, on his signing pile. Yeah, it's laying on top of that file cabinet. I always put everything on that stack so I don't lose it on my desk. Yeah, you can sign first if you want, or is there a specific, yeah, so
Just wherever.
Your real name.
Can't use an alias on this one?
yeah, you could if you wanted. I don't know if they really read it at the state or not.
as long as one name is correct, we're all
There
good.
you go.
Is that right?
Yes.
Only takes one.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
It only
You should have
takes
never
one, they
told
said,
him.
Terry.
You didn't have the sign, you should have never told him.
Take it.
You don't count.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next up, we have the consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, are both townships the same mill levy now?
Same exact mill levy. Yep,
I thought they were, but I just double checking.
yep.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
8-0.
8-0. Next up, we have appropriations ordinance number 3729.
Move to approve appropriation ordinance 3729, the amount of $146,433.13.
Second.
Okay, further discussion? Roll call?
Pipia?
Yes.
Fry?
Yes.
Schroller?
Yes.
Hughes?
Yes.
Beichman?
Yes.
Price?
Yes.
Barons? Yes. Crum?
Yes.
8-0.
Okay. Next up, staff reports.
All right, the only thing I had on my list was financials for July. And general fund is sitting at over $1.2 million. Our expenditures out of the general fund are higher than 2019 at this point, but we are right in line with expenditures at the end of July in 2018. July actually, or 2019 ended a little bit higher than 2018. So, I mean, it could go either way. Hopefully, we see a good end to the year. The water fund saw another increase as it ended July with a balance of $642,948, which is still $30,000 lower than where it was this time in 2019. Sewer fund saw a large drop due to payment for lining of our sewer system with the completion of the Cured in Place project. We should see a continuous increase in the sewer fund, barring any changes in spending. Sewer sales tax
Excuse me.
saw an increase of $52,000. As July had the lowest expenditures in the last 4 months. But overall, I think we're sitting pretty well, especially general fund right now. We might see a little bit higher expenditures because we are paying for fire station stuff out of that. But we're just trying to keep an eye on it for the rest of the year. Just a little add to my report. We submitted all our information to the county as far as the Spark funds, where we're getting reimbursed for expenditures we spent towards stuff like sanitizer and gloves and masks and all these other things that we normally wouldn't spend money on, except we do extra cleaning now. And with the possibility of paying for improvements that will help improve how we do business here as far as council meetings and municipal court when it comes to social distancing and all that improvement of technology for this room. So we've submitted all that information. It was due last Friday, I believe, and the county approved the spending plan to be sent to the state, which I was told nothing of ours was excluded from the plan. So hopefully the state approves and we'll see one, reimbursements come back. That was about $7,000-8,000 in itself. And then two, approval to move forward with some of our projects that we have in City Hall. So that's all I have for now.
I'm trying to think. Oh, we heard anything back on the core samples at all yet?
Haven't had any information back from the samples from the lagoon sites or the fire station.
we heard anything else about the antennas for the
Neptune.
water meters?
They submitted a plan which included, Neptune submitted a plan saying that we would probably need 3 antennas to cover our town. 1 on each water tower and 1 up around 9th and North. North 9th, yeah, North, 9th and North. I'm looking into whether we can use land about 9th and May, which is ours, because it looks to be, they set a 75-foot tower, which we would have to go through Planning Commission, I believe, to make sure that's approved, a variance is approved. But there's an open lot there, there's electricity right there, and I think that would be a great place if they take that idea and go with it. But I'm hoping, he hasn't responded to me about a change in location, but we're still moving forward on that.
That's all I had.
Okay.
So next up, we have the standing committee reports. Anybody have anything for street?
They getting close to chip and seal?
They are planning, hopefully, 1 shoot at the end of this week. If that falls through, they're planning 2 next week. So hopefully, after 2 weeks from now,
Chip and seal will be done.
chip and seal will be done.
We got what, three treats this year?
2.
Just a
2, yep. And then we'll have, Hall Brothers said they were planning sometime in September to mill and overlay that portion of 6 that we had contracted with them to do. So hopefully, in a shorter amount of time, our street projects for this year will be complete.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else on the streets?
The alley there between, going into the Church of Christ there off of 15th Street, there's a big hole there going into the Church of Christ, that alley there,
Okay.
between Elm and Walnut Street. That needs to be taken care of. The people going to church there said it's a bit of a problem.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Okay. Anything else on the street? Water and wastewater?
The guys did a good job, I think, of getting the problem taken care of the other night. Wednesday night, the blowout.
Oh, on Broadway?
Yes, the whole, yeah, they acted as fast as they could. We got kind of held up because the dentist needed to continue to use water, so that kind of held the process up, which, I mean, we got stuff ready to go, but yeah, they did, it went, as far as I could tell, pretty good.
Nothing got damaged, I guess. I stopped there after I got done swimming on Wednesday night. They were
Well-
just getting everything cleaned up, and that was a little after about 8:30 or something like that.
A truck almost went swimming.
Yeah.
It parked right on top of the hole.
Yeah, they said no vehicles got damaged, so I guess, so
He
thank
had,
goodness.
somebody said it was a miracle he pulled his truck out.
Well, thank goodness. So, anyway, thank you to the guys for putting in the extra time
Yeah.
to get it all cleaned up, and I guess it's all covered now, and then they'll put in the new bricks then.
Yeah, they gotta.
They'll replace the bricks when it's all settled and everything.
Yeah, they're gonna let vehicles drive over it right now. That'll get compacted, take so much out, put concrete back, let it dry for a day, put the bricks back. Yep.
Okay.
Right, Parks and Rec?
Trying to think how to word this. Wasn't there a pony up deal last year that was supposed to buy nets
There was.
for the deal?
Yeah.
Have we not done that? We're not
No,
going
we
to
have
do
not.
that?
We put it on hold to figure out our Lakeview situation.
Right.
That's where we're at.
Is there
Yeah.
any way that we can start figuring out what it's going to take to put them up?
Well, if we are planning on moving Lakeview, then
Not arguing that, but we're a long way away from that.
Yeah, be a few years.
We are,
We were trying to make sure I think the idea was to get the drainage figured out before
Right.
we put the nets up.
I'm just saying I know we're done with this season, but I don't know what it's gonna take with all the COVID stuff and shipping and,
Yeah,
so that's the only reason I'm bringing it up.
yeah.
Is we need to start looking at it.
And that's something that Brian knows pretty well where he wanted it, so we need to, yeah, it'd be good to
And,
get it done before he's gone.
Did they ever figure out the swimming pool this year? Because every time I went by it, it was pretty green.
The chlorine and acid, the chemicals were fine. Sometimes there was some leaves in there that,
Yeah, this was algae.
yeah.
This was not clear water. I help take care of a pool. This was not clear water. That was an algae pool. And with the amount of rain they had, they were gonna have to work pretty hard at it. I'm not denying that one bit,
Right,
but I'm just asking.
yeah.
I was down there last week. I thought it was
Did it stink?
No.
No, it was better, but it wasn't bad.
We have some issues to work through.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get a report on the pool?
Yes, she asked, she was working on it today. It just closed, Sunday, and she said
Well,
she
I
would bring it
understand
back
that,
the next
but
meeting.
I was just asking, I was he was gonna get a report from the attendants and the different stuff.
She's working on it.
Yeah, okay.
If you get anybody reach out to us at all about, Sport and Rec.
What'd you say?
Not
Has anybody
recently.
reached out to us about the ball fields?
No, not recently, no. I was about to check. I'll check with one of the people and see if they were still interested.
So what happens if we have nobody that's interested?
We'll have to hire somebody and do it ourselves, I think. Well, I don't know what
It
else.
doesn't have to run.
That's,
Yes, it
that's
does.
gotta-
Yeah, it does. That's
It's like
not an
water,
option.
sewer, it's an amenity.
Absolutely not an option.
Parker is appointed rec commissioner.
That's fine. I spend enough time at the ball fields and I work on them enough. It doesn't bother me. I gotta say, you guys don't know how much work I've done up there. Nobody's ever seen a bill. No. No. You guys cannot afford me to do it full-time.
Anything else in Parks and Rec?
Not right now.
Cemetery and airport? Police and fire?
I got one
Yep, Terry.
thing. I'm not aware, we have a health problem here in town. And I called the police department because I thought they would take care of it. We don't have and this is not a dog catcher, this is a dead body hanging on a fence out here. And there's flies and maggots and everything, and I reported it to police, but they didn't do anything about it today.
On what fence?
On Bloomers up here on Jayhawk Road,
That wouldn't be,
it's in the city.
but it wouldn't be our responsibility if it's on a private fence.
It's part
Is
of,
this a fish or a dog?
it's a deer,
A deer. Oh, good lord.
and it's been hanging there for 3 days, and I reported it.
Right.
Nobody did anything about it.
Because it would be on the county side. Is that what you're saying?
No, are we supposed to go onto their property and
Owner's
clean it up?
property, yeah, we can't go on.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Where's it at, Terry?
On Bloomers,
Like the Hartley Ridge thing?
yes,
Okay.
that's part of the
I
city.
haven't seen it.
It's a nuisance, right? Public nuisance, I mean.
That would be where it would go then, nuisance.
And ask them to remove it, whoever's it is.
Yep.
Whoever owns a
a
fence.
fence.
You take a ride up there and you see it hanging on the fence, it's been there, and there's
On the
a
north
million
side or
flies.
the south side?
South side of the road.
I wonder if deer tried to jump the fence post or something, speared itself. That's what it sounds like.
I thought the police would take care of it. I didn't know it because I made
No.
a report today. That's all.
Anything else, police and fire? Admin and finance? Don't have any appointments, no city attorney, roundtable. Bobby?
Nothing.
Todd?
No, sir.
Diane?
Nothing.
Terry?
No, not tonight.
Oh, yes, David, my sent our sympathy to Dale and Dave Richardson. Their mom passed away yesterday.
saw that. Terry?
No, I have nothing.
Keith? Parker?
Nothing.
Colleen? Kevin? The only thing I have is just that we'd like to thank the Nord family. They get for their generous gift of a bench and a monetary gift to help build a new kiosk building in the city cemetery. We appreciate your thoughtfulness in memory of Joni Garcia and Jenny Doshell. It's very nice of them to do that for us. We've been
Yes.
wanting to get working on a kiosk, and every bit helps, so
That'd be
thank you
nice.
very much. But that's all I have.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Told my wife I'm 30.